So the first question is, how's the knee?
The knee's actually doing really well. It is. You know, laid off a little bit after surgery, but gotten into it pretty good. Just talking to Tommy, I'm bowling like, two nights a week, bowling league, and one of them's 4 games. He's like, man, I wouldn't be able to walk. So I was kind of
What's
buying into
are
the
you
joke.
feeling any pain at all, or what's going on with it?
I'm not really feeling a whole lot of pain. I'm actually getting up. I mean, used to when I'd shoot 10 pins, I was real, made sure I was real slow. Now I'm actually just getting up and kind of going. I'm not even thinking about it really. Just still don't have quite the knee bend or the strength there to be able to bend my knee as much as I need to really stay down on the shots. But it's coming. Every time I get out, I feel better.
So, World Series of Bowling coming up in October, and the U.S. Open coming up in Columbus. You'll be ready for both of them?
I'm planning on it. Definitely planning on it. U.S. Open's obviously first. That's the big one that, last major of the year. Last chance for me to get something going here. I've obviously had a decent showing this year, obviously at the Masters. So one more chance. See if we can get it going.
And are you selling lots of Storm and Roto Grip balls in the pro shop in Texas?
Do you really have to ask me that?
I do.
It's his job.
I don't think that's a question you need to ask because it's pretty obvious. It's not even just in my shop. It's anybody you talk to. It's just incredible, the product that they're putting out right now. It's just incredible. I mean, that's what I was just talking to Joe Brock from San Antonio. He's a pro shop owner down there, and he was talking about how good the Disturbed roll, and I said, well, I was fortunate enough that I got the 3 new pieces in last week, put some holes in them to kind of throw them so I'd be able to talk about them a little bit this week because last year we didn't have time to get them out, and it was just kind of, hey, I'm really excited about them, and I was, and I am this year as well, but now I actually know a little bit about them. And I'll be honest, I mean, whether I should really probably say it or not, the Defiants have been okay, haven't been my favorite. And it might be just the covers were a little too strong, but the Totally Defiant is unbelievable. I can't get the ball out of my hand since I put holes in it. And, I did switch to the Derange. We were pre-bowling on Monday morning before we came here, and I switched to it towards the end. It's real clean through the front and a lot of pop down lane for a high-end symmetrical ball. And and the Rumble just a monster for what we've got as far as price point. I mean, that thing just hooks and never stops. And with the low diff in it, it doesn't burn up and stop either, and that's what's nice about it. I haven't made any surface changes to any of them yet. So, I think the Rumble's going to need a little bit of either compound or bring the surface up a little bit to get it through the front a little cleaner. But all 3 of them are unbelievable. Again, I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing, but they've got it figured out. It's unbelievable.
All right, Big Wes Malott. Look for Big Wes to break through here at the U.S. Open coming up in Columbus.
Hey,
Back to the guys in the booth.
I have some questions for Wes.
Okay.
So Wes, what kind of knee surgery, what kind of procedure did you have done?
Well, back in the World Series of Bowling in November, about halfway through, my knee started getting tight, and what's going on? I'm swelling up. Wasn't real sure what it was. Obviously fought through it as much as I could, and then after that, I went and saw an orthopedic surgeon at home, and didn't really do anything. He did an x-ray, didn't really show a whole lot, and he pretty much ruled it out and said it was a meniscus tear. Before I really he just wanted to give me a cortisone shot, and I'm like, I don't want to just jump into that. And so I went and got a second opinion. I talked to my chiropractor back home, who's a sports specialist, and he sent me to another guy, and I went and talked to him, and we did the whole MRI and everything. I wanted to make sure. I wanted to rule it out and really make sure what we were doing and messing with. And it was a torn meniscus. Just didn't have enough time to get it done sooner. That's why it took so long to happen. But April, after the TSC, we had enough time in between tournaments to be able to get it done. He went in, and when he got there, it was a small meniscus tear. He said there was some cartilage and stuff that might be causing me more fits than what probably should happen. But he cleaned that up a little bit, and he said I could probably be going in 2 or 3 weeks, and that's what happened. So, probably took me a little longer and probably didn't get on it as fast as I probably could have or should have. But now with bowling and everything and getting in the gym a little bit, actually, believe it or not, and trying to build this thing up.
The gym membership?
Hey, I got to do it.
You have to.
I've needed to do it for a long time. and now, get in there a little bit and get this thing taken care of and get it back to full strength. And, I feel with what Storm and Roto Grip have given me, I feel that's the least I owe them is to be, 100% healthy and do my job. They're doing theirs, so I need to do mine. And things have been great this year. And, I know I missed Milwaukee, but, I was fortunate enough. I had a good enough season up in the point, so I'm not too worried about Japan Cup and get going back at the U.S. Open.
Well, you're a bowling great this season, and now with a healthy knee, look for some big things for you in the rest of the year with the U.S. Open just around the corner, and then obviously the World Series of Bowling in October. I expect nothing but greatness from you, my friend. And so, I guess the bottom line is don't let me down.
Well, I mean, as long as I remember back at the TSC a few years ago, when I was kind of pumping you up a little bit and driving some competitiveness out of you. Now you're out there on the senior tour, doing pretty well, obviously. So now I just want to follow in your footsteps and do what you're doing out there.
That was fun, man. We were bowling Red Rock. We were crossing next to each other. I bowled like 300 the third game. You were high-fiving me. That was a great time. We both were making a run at it, and I fell a little bit short. You had a great week that week as well. But
I told you I was going to catch you. So
yeah, and you did. You caught me and you passed me. So that was a lot of fun.
Out of steam. What happened?
I was tired.
Hey, you were fighting through your knee stuff too. So
yeah, it was fun though.
Good to see you back out there, Randy.
Thanks,
Wes,
buddy.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Wes, I have a question for you. I heard you got a little guy bowling. Is that right?
What's that?
I heard you have a little guy bowling.
Well, I got two little guys.
Yeah, are they bowling?
The oldest is Jordan at 9, and our middle son Camden, he's 5. Camden's kind of funny. He finishes on the right foot, but they both state tournament a couple weeks ago, and he kind of tore him up a little bit. He's averaging like a little over 100, but he averaged probably that week right at about 120.
Nice.
So
Wrong foot, Camden Campy.
yeah, for fighting. And when he does it without a bowling ball, it's absolutely perfect. But I don't know what's going on. And, he's 5. He'll get out of it eventually. Jordan did this. He didn't do the same thing. He bowled right, but he threw a backup ball. And one time I said, hey, why don't you throw it like Daddy? And he did, but he still threw a backup ball. I let him go, let him have fun. But anyhow, with Jordan, we actually, as I mentioned, we pre-bowled on Monday. Well, then we also bowl a small and tall with the Youth Adult League on Thursday, and obviously we're not going to be there this week with Bowl Expo. So my wife and him, they pre-bowled for Thursday right after we got done. And my wife texts me, Jordan's clobbering me, basically. He had 190 the first game. Then the second game he had 260 something. And then I go out right at he's shooting the 10th frame, and he can spare. He had a 610. If he spares and strikes, he shoots 240 something. And if he spares, he shoots 700. And he rolled it great and just missed the 6-pin, chopped the 10 off the 6, and shot 693.
Oh, my Lord.
And, of course, a couple months ago, bowling league Saturday morning, he had the front 10 with 287.
Wow.
It's just, the kid's absolutely incredible. At bowling, at baseball, we were in Houston last weekend. It's just, the kid's incredible. He's 9 years old. I read some article that somewhere up wherever they banned this kid from pitching because he was throwing like 40 miles an hour at 9 years old. Jordan's been clocked at 60 plus already, so I don't know where this guy's coming from or what's going on, but it's pretty incredible to be a part of and watch and coach these kids and help them out. It's just a blast.
He's a good athlete like his dad.
It's pretty fun. I know that.
That's pretty awesome. Anything else for Wes before we turn him loose?
Zeke Bate, who's your singles leader at USBC Open Championships, said, how did Wes tear the knee, did he say? He just joined us. How did you tear your knee?
Like I said, in November at the World Series of Bowling here in Vegas at South Point, it just about halfway through, I just started feeling it get tight and whatever. The approaches there tend to get pretty slippery, a little dusty as you go. They do their best to keep them clean, but they still get dusty throughout the day. And a lot of times, or that week, I remember I would pull my knee up and I'd wipe it off with my hand. And I don't know if that motion and doing it that many times might have done something or what, or if it's something that just could have came up and that might have just torn it a little more to where it's irritating me. Not real sure exactly what happened, but that's when it came about, was back in November of 12. So I'm just glad we got it fixed and moving forward, because it was no fun. I can actually finally get down on my knees on the floor and actually have pressure on it to where it really doesn't hurt, and that was the thing. It took it took a while for that to even happen after the surgery because it was still tender.
Imagine how good he's going to bowl the rest of the season. He bowled so well with a torn meniscus in his left knee, his slide knee, and so now Wes is going to be healthy for the first time in quite some time, and so again, I think it's a pretty exciting time for him, his family, and for Storm and Rotogrip, because it's just it's just another superstar player who's at 100% in full strength now, getting ready to go back out.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Wes. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you the next couple of days, and feel free to stop by anytime you want to chat. We, Lord knows, we'll be here for lots of hours.
Yes,
so.
we will.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Wes.
Thanks, buddy.
That's the what do we call him now, Randy? What was that
Beast.
name?
I think it's Beast. Just Beast now.
There he is. He's about to spin the wheel, maybe.
No, he's
Very tempting.
He's looking for. He found Callahan.
Yeah.
Yep.